There's been an incident. Your son, Philip, was caught attempting to break into a house. We need you to come with us. Her knees buckled, but she did not fall. She simply nodded, grabbed her headscarf, and followed. Earlier that night, it had started at a house party thrown by one of Philip's wealthy classmates. The music was loud, the drinks flowed freely, and the air was filled with reckless laughter and false confidence. Philip felt invisible, until one of the boys pointed across the fence. That's Chief George's house. He's out of the country. Let's sneak in and mess around. We'll record it for the group chat. Everyone laughed. Philip hesitated. Come on, don't be the poor kid who always plays it safe, someone taunted. With pride bubbling in his chest and peer pressure thick in the air, Philip agreed. They jumped the fence, crept toward the house like amateur thieves, adrenaline surging through their veins. The plan was to film themselves in the living room and run out. Nothing serious. Just a dare. Then a light flickered on. Footsteps echoed down the hallway. A woman emerged from the bathroom in a towel, startled but composed. Philip froze. He knew that face. He had seen her before, but where? Before he could speak, alarms blared. Armed security rushed in from the compound. The boys scattered, but it was too late. They were all caught. At the police station, the others were quickly bailed out. Their wealthy parents stormed the place with threats and checkbooks. Within hours, they were gone. Philip remained. No calls. No lawyer. No one. He was led into a dark, stinking cell with hardened criminals, men who had lost count of their years inside. He was mocked, punched, and denied sleep. The food was cold and watery, and the floor he slept on felt like ice. He wept in silence. This was not the life he imagined when he demanded a car. Joy arrived at the station the next morning, frantic and desperate. She cried and pleaded, but without a surety or legal representation, there was nothing the officers could do. So, she went to the only person she thought could help, aid, her former husband and Philip's father. For 3 consecutive days, she waited outside his mansion. Sometimes under the blazing sun, sometimes in the rain. She knocked, begged, and pleaded with the gatekeeper. But the response was the same. "Sir instructed that you are not to be allowed inside." Her heart broke all over again. Then she made a decision. If aid wouldn't help, maybe his wife would. Josephine. The elegant businesswoman. Owner of one of the biggest supermarkets in town. Known for her class, her beauty, and her pride. Joy entered the store dressed in her simplest clothes. Her slippers were worn out, her wrapper faded. She stepped inside and walked straight to the counter. "I need to see the owner," she said politely. The manager looked her up and down with distaste. "Madam, you cannot be here. Please leave before we call security." Just then, Josephine stepped out from her office, ready to head home. Their eyes met. Before anyone could react, Joy dropped to her knees. "Please? I beg you. My son is in prison. He's your husband's son. I've tried everything. You're a woman, please help me. Help me save him." Customers stared. The room fell silent. Josephine's expression shifted, first from embarrassment to confusion, and then to cold detachment. "Stand up. What are you doing?" "I won't stand until you hear me out," Joy replied, still kneeling. "I know aid won't help. But maybe you'll understand. Mother to mother." There was a long pause. Finally, Josephine sighed and said, "Come back next week." Joy nodded quickly, full of hope. "Thank you. Thank you so much." But Josephine didn't call. Not the next day. Not the day after that. She waited 2 full weeks before contacting Joy, intentionally. She wanted to remind her who had the power now. Kindly like, share, and comment. When they arrived at the police station together, the officers were stunned. Josephine's presence changed everything. Within 30 minutes, the papers were signed. Philip was free. Joy hugged him tightly, tears in her eyes. "Thank this woman," she said softly. "She did what your father refused to do." Philip turned and froze. It was her. The woman he had seen that night in Chief George's house. The woman in the towel. Josephine. His breath caught in his throat. Her eyes met his. For a moment, time paused. No words were spoken, but everything was said in that single gaze. She saw it in his eyes, recognition. He saw it in hers, fear. "Thank her," Joy repeated. Philip swallowed hard. "Thank you, the Ma." Josephine gave a tight smile and turned away, her heels clicking faster than usual. Inside her chest, her heart pounded. "He saw me. He knows."